Hello, and welcome to a special edition of Study Abroad 101. As a past participant of the Global Gateway Summer Program, you may be now interested in going abroad once again on one of our numerous other study abroad, study away, or international internship programs. We want to take this opportunity to point out some of the differences that you may discover when researching and applying for other study abroad programs. While Global Gateway provides a lot of support in program costs, group flights, and course equivalencies, other programs may require you to do a bit more independent work when choosing and preparing for your next abroad opportunity. This presentation will serve as a reintroduction to study abroad and highlight the steps you should take to be fully prepared to embark on a new abroad adventure. The Central Study Abroad Office on campus is International Academic Programs, or IAP, which provides advising and programs for students of all majors. You visited our location in the Red Gym during your second Global Gateway orientation. Specialized programs and advising are also available to students in the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences, the College of Engineering, and the Wisconsin School of Business. CAL's engineering and business students are encouraged to meet with study abroad staff in their school or college when getting started. Together, we offer over 300 programs and international internships in more than 80 countries around the world. Who can study abroad? All majors can study abroad. In fact, the top 5 majors for study abroad participation include finance, psychology, political science, marketing, and economics. Our programs vary in duration, but some as short as 1 week to as long as 1 year and everything in between. We offer options to go abroad during the fall, winter, spring, summer, or academic year. You can study abroad through senior year. However, the best time to go abroad depends on you and your academic plan. It's a good idea to speak with your academic advisor to determine when the best time to go abroad, again, might be for you. Just like on the Global Gateway summer programs, many classes on our programs are taught in English, so you don't need to already know a world language to go abroad. That said, if learning a language is your goal, we have options for that as well. In addition to study abroad programs, we also offer domestic study away programs, including locations in Washington, D.C., the Rocky Mountains, Florida, and more. You will earn in-residence UW credit for all courses taken abroad, so you can make progress towards completing your degree and stay on track to graduate on time. All grades are recorded on your transcript, and grades earned abroad become part of your UW-Madison GPA. It's important to note that participants of programs offered in partnership with the College of Engineering are granted pass-fail credit. You will also stay continuously enrolled at UW-Madison while you study abroad, which means that you'll maintain your student status and keep your place in line for housing and class registration when you return. If you're pursuing an honors degree, it's also possible to receive honors credit on certain programs. Most of our programs offer classes taught in English, and we also have opportunities to support different levels of language learners, including over 40 language immersion programs. You can use our online search tool to filter programs by course subject and theme, such as sustainability, science and technology, and discover options that integrate an internship, fieldwork, or research experience. Some students choose to graduate abroad as well. If you're thinking of doing this, we strongly recommend talking to your academic advisor to make sure you're eligible and have fulfilled your degree requirements. One way that you can start planning your experience is by visiting our online major advising pages, or MAPs. MAPs highlight the essentials that you need to know about studying abroad in your chosen major certificate. You'll find suggested times to study abroad in your degree path, questions to ask your advisors, and a list of recommended programs. This video demonstrates how to navigate the major advising pages on our website. We're continually working with academic advisors to develop new maps, so if you don't see a map for your major or certificate, don't worry, you can still study abroad. We recommend talking to your academic and study abroad advisors to help find a program that is the best fit for you. You can pause the video now to scan this QR code that will take you to the maps. Our study abroad programs fall within 3 broad categories: UW Signature, Provider, and Exchange and Direct Enroll programs. This slide is a general illustration of the differences in program experiences based on program structure. UW Signature programs are programs developed for UW students. The Global Gateway program you participated on is an example of a UW Signature program. These programs are often led by a UW instructor who teaches a course, and you're typically studying with a cohort of other UW-Madison students. These programs offer a high level of on-site support and may be prioritized for UW study abroad scholarships. They can also vary in duration compared to the Global Gateway programs. We have some UW Signature programs as short as 1 week to as long as an entire academic year. Provider programs are when we partner with a third party to offer unique study abroad experiences. On these, you can typically expect to take classes with students from other U.S. universities, often learning from a mix of experts and host country instructors, and enjoy a high level of on-site support, including organized excursions and opportunities to engage in hands-on research, fieldwork, or internship opportunities. On exchange and direct enroll programs, you're enrolling as an international student at your university in your host country. You'll take classes with local students from the university and be able to select from a variety of courses the university offers. Compared to Provider and UW Signature programs, on-site support on exchange and direct enroll programs are more limited. You may be the only student from UW or from the US on your program, but it's a wonderful way to get immersed in the culture of your host country. Visit the program structure page on our website using the link in the bottom left corner of this slide for a detailed comparison of the different program structures. Now we'll talk about how to begin searching for a program using our program search tool. You can access the search tool by clicking Programs at the top of the Study Abroad homepage. You'll first be taken to this page with the world map where you can search by topics and/or the regions in which you're interested in studying. The blue countries are where we currently have programs. If you hover over the countries, you can see how many programs we have in each country. If you don't input a criteria and simply click search, you'll be brought to a page that has even more filters you can use to narrow down your program options. We'll review what these filters are next. On the program search tool, there are a plethora of filters you can use to help narrow down your program options. You can select a broad region you may be interested in studying abroad in, such as Europe, Latin America, or Asia, or select a specific country if you have one in mind. Duration refers to how long you want to study abroad, such as spring semester, fall semester, academic year, or summer. Here you can select checkboxes if you want to see programs that are currently accepting applications if you plan on studying abroad soon, as well as programs that offer virtual options, and programs that are open to non-UW students. A note about timelines here. Applications generally open a year before the program runs, with deadlines in the semester before. For example, with spring programs, applications open the May before and have deadlines between August and October. It's important to be planning ahead if you're interested in studying abroad soon. Under the language of instruction filter, you can select a world language if you're interested in a language immersion program or taking classes taught in a language other than English. You can also choose English if you're looking for programs with courses taught in English, or you can check the box that says no language requirement. Advising location is where you can filter by the various advising units for study abroad. International academic programs and CALS programs are open to anyone of any major to apply to. Wisconsin School of Business programs are also open to all to apply to, but will often give preference to students admitted to the Wisconsin School of Business. College of Engineering programs are only open to declared engineering students. You can also filter by academic standing and GPA requirement. In most cases, you can apply to programs even if you don't meet the academic standing at the time of application. However, you must be of the required academic standing by the time you start your program. Other criteria include filtering by area of focus, academic credit type, and specific courses. You can also filter by program structure and housing type. It's worth taking some time to play around with several filter combinations to see what results appear. Looking at the list of programs to the right of the filters, you can get a good summary of some key program details, such as what duration the program is available during, the language of instruction, the academic standing eligible to apply for the program, and the general areas of focus that the program focuses on. At the very last column, there is also the application deadlines and whether or not the program is currently accepting applications. If you are focused on developing your professional skill set, you may want to intern abroad. There are several ways to do this with support from our office. Several study abroad programs offer required or optional internships in addition to taking courses. A listing of all programs which include internship opportunities can be found on our program search page and are indicated with a handshake icon, like the one you can see here on the bottom left side of this slide. If you'd like the internship to be the primary focus of your time abroad, then you may want to apply for a UW Signature internship or an external internship. UW Signature internships are developed exclusively for UW-Madison students. You will take a 3-credit virtual class to complement your cross-cultural work experience. You can search for these opportunities on the International Internship Database and look for results with the words UW Signature. If you want to identify your own internship abroad, you can work with an intern abroad advisor to review and approve this external internship experience. If approved, you will enroll in a required 3-credit virtual course as well. For all these options, you will be enrolled in international health and travel insurance and be eligible to apply for UW-Madison's study abroad scholarships. In addition to international internships, we also have domestic internships. On our Wisconsin and Washington program, students intern 30+ hours a week at an organization in DC while completing coursework designed to enhance their internship experience, including lectures from experts and visits to major institutions. After using the program search tool, you can start to explore program pages to learn more information. All program pages are designed the same way, so while the content may change, the places you can find the information will remain the same. On the right side of the page is the program eligibility requirements, the advising location, the program structure, the subjects that are generally covered by the program, the classroom language, the housing on each program, as well as the program duration for each duration you're looking to study abroad. Below that, you'll find the application deadlines for each individual duration. If the duration you're looking to apply for isn't listed yet, look at the deadlines for the current cycle, as it will typically be similar from year to year. As you scroll down the page, you'll find information about the types of courses that are offered, as well as a course equivalence list of how courses taken abroad have appeared on student transcripts back at UW. In the Life Abroad tab, you can find more information about the location, housing, program excursions, and program considerations. In the logistics section, you can see more information about orientations, whether a visa is needed, and details about insurance and arrival to your host country. Read this section closely, as there will be a lot of differences here from your Global Gateway Summer Program. The visa process will differ from program to program and requires extra work on your part with strong attention to details and following instructions. Also different from Global Gateway programs, in most cases, you will be arranging your own flights to the program. Details on that are highlighted in the Getting to Your Program section and reinforced in the program handbook. Anticipating purchasing flights after your program acceptance as instructed. The Cost and Funding tab is where you'll find the program cost sheets, which include the program fee and estimated additional expenses, such as airfare, visa, and cost of living. Keep in mind that the total cost may vary depending on your individual spending habits and anticipated personal travel expenses. We'll talk about the cost sheet and funding in a moment. On this page, you'll also find information about financial aid as well as recommended scholarship opportunities. Within the Student Voices tab, you'll be able to explore the program photo album, watch student videos, or read experiences of current or past students. This is also where we have our Return Student Network, where you can connect with students who have been on a particular program in the past. And on every page, there's a contact tab that lists the professional staff who work with the program. Once you've narrowed down your search, you can email questions about the program to the Study Abroad team or set up a Starfish advising appointment. One of the most common questions we receive is, how much does it cost to study abroad? Our programs vary in cost for several reasons, including duration, location, organized excursions, if housing or meals are provided, and even student residency status. Since other study abroad experiences will not be fully funded like Global Gateway Summer programs, it's very important that you read the cost details of each program so that you are aware of how much you can expect to pay during your time abroad and how that cost compares to the total cost of attendance at UW-Madison. On each individual program page under the Cost and Funding tab, you can view the program cost sheets. The cost sheet lists the program fee and estimated additional expenses, such as airfare, visa, and cost of living adjustments. We will next take a closer look at some examples of cost sheets and go over how to read them. When you open the cost sheet, the first thing you will see is the IEP program fee. This is the amount that will be billed to your student account from the bursar's office during your time abroad. This is essentially what you will be paying as your tuition during your program. You do not pay regular UW tuition on top of the fee for UW Signature Provider or Direct Enroll programs. As you'll notice, this fee does vary by residency status. The amenities and services covered by this fee varies from program to program, and you can see what is included by reading the bullet points directly underneath. For example, some program fees include housing costs, orientation, cultural excursions, and more, while others may not. Below that are the estimated additional expenses. These are costs that are your responsibility to pay out of pocket as you prepare for and study on your program. This can include things like your plane ticket, visa application fee, and the cost for meals, transportation, and personal items abroad. These numbers are estimated based off past students' expenses, and how much you end up spending can be higher or lower than the number you see on the cost sheet. That will largely depend on your personal spending and budgeting for study abroad. Below these costs, you can find some details about how our financial team calculated these estimates. At the very bottom of the cost sheet is the total cost of attendance. This is the sum of the IEP program fee and estimated additional expenses and is an estimate of how much you can expect to pay for the entire time you're abroad. If you receive financial aid, this is the number the Office of Student Financial Aid receives and is how they determine how your financial aid package will work while abroad. When creating your budget for study abroad, it's a good idea to compare the total cost of attendance with the total estimated cost of attendance for staying on the UW campus. You can find this on the Office of Student Financial Aid's website using the link at the bottom of this slide. The cost sheet layout we've reviewed up until now is typically what you will see for UW Signature, Provider, and Direct Enroll programs. However, with exchange programs, there's a slight difference. On most exchange programs, all students, regardless of residency status, are billed the same IEP program fee, which usually only covers administrative fees and international health insurance. You will then see a separate section labeled tuition. This is because on exchange programs, students are billed the regular tuition rates as though they were taking classes on the UW campus. The rest of the cost sheet will look the same, with the estimated additional expenses listed out and then the total cost of attendance at the bottom. Due to these differences in billing between exchanges and other program types, we often advise students who are Wisconsin residents and those who receive Minnesota reciprocity to consider exchange programs first, since they will be closest to what they pay for their usual tuition rate. On the other hand, students who are paying out-of-state tuition may find that UW Signature, Provider, or Direct Enroll programs have a lower program fee and overall cost of attendance compared to what they pay on campus. We have many resources available to help you financially plan for your program. The budget worksheet will help you identify your anticipated expenses so that you can start creating a more complete picture of how much the program may cost you. We offer free passport photos for all UW-Madison students to help reduce the costs associated applying for your passport and/or visa. The Pre-Departure Assistance Program helps students who do not have ready access to funds to cover their program acceptance deposit and flight booking costs. The Pre-Departure Assistance Program will cover these costs until the Study Abroad or Study Away program fee is billed to the student financial account. This allows the student's financial aid to apply towards these costs when it's dispersed. No interest or loan fees are charged to participating students. The Pre-Departure Assistance Program does not cover other pre-departure costs, such as passports, visas, medical visits, etc. Students must pay those costs directly. Finally, we offer financial aid drop-in advising and funding info sessions. Our funding info sessions are a deeper dive into understanding your program costs, and we'll discuss available scholarships as well as creative fundraising strategies, and are a great way to get specific answers to your questions. Use the link on the bottom of the slide to review all funding resources. Because you have received funding through the Global Gateway Initiative already through the fully funded summer programs, you may find that you're given less preference for some scholarships through IEP. But one new scholarship that we can highlight to you is the Badger Go Green Scholarship, which offers between $5,000 to $8,000 awards to students who have a demonstrated commitment to sustainability. Use the scholarship chart to search for other scholarships that match your program or financial needs. We suggest applying to additional scholarships through WISH from departments on campus and considering applications to national scholarships like the Benjamin A. Gilman and Fund for Education Abroad. Both can be accessed through our scholarships chart. Applications for many of our scholarships tend to open the semester before program start dates, and application timelines can be found on our website. In addition to scholarships, financial aid can often be used to pay the program fee in the same way that it can be used for tuition. For this reason, we strongly recommend that you apply for federal financial aid by completing a FAFSA application, even if you were denied federal aid in the past. To recap, here are some suggested next steps. Think about your academic, professional, and personal goals, as these will help you focus your program search and prioritize the aspects that are most important to you. As you consider options, we invite you to book an exploration advising appointment to learn more about program differences and explore your options. If you have specific program questions, we recommend meeting with your program study abroad advisor to help answer your questions. All students can meet with a study abroad advisor in person or virtually, and although anyone can meet with an advisor from IEP, we recommend that students within business, engineering, and Cal start their study abroad planning process at the advising offices in those schools and colleges. Use the link at the bottom of the slide to schedule an appointment. And remember to also talk to your academic advisor to discuss how study abroad will fit into your overall academic plan, since this is unique for every major and student. Next, build your budget and explore our funding and scholarship resources. Remember to attend one of our funding study abroad sessions or financially drop-in advising. After that, remember to apply for or update your passport. This is especially important to do early, as wait times can be long. Your passport must be valid for 6 months past your program end, and for longer programs will have to be submitted with visa materials, so it's important to keep it current. After that, once you've decided on a program, start applying. Most students are surprised by how early our application deadlines are, so keep in mind that you may need to apply up to a year before the program begins. Lastly, once you've been accepted on your program of choice, be sure to continuously be checking your My Study Abroad account and completing all of the tasks before, during, and after your program. This is where you'll find important information about applying for a visa if your program requires one, health and safety orientations, your course equivalent requests, and much more. There will still be many checklist items to complete even after you've been accepted under your program, so be diligent about checking your My Study Abroad account and wisc.edu email. That's all for this presentation, and thank you for listening. Feel free to reach out with any questions if you have them.